Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, Part 6. We are in the Dark World to find the first mages out of 6. Oh, wait a second, I think it was 7. But yeah, apparently we need to find all the mages in order to restore the seal that separates the Dark World and the Light World and prevent Ganon from coming back. So,
are you just stuck in the toys now, or what?
It is dark, like a scary thing, like a teenager from DeviantArt. It is dark, it writes poetry, and it wears half its hair over one eye. Sorry, substituting alternate lyrics. Diddly dark, diddly dark, it's diddly... Sorry.
We're heading to the lake.
We're apparently singing his whole part now.
We're heading to the Lake of Amen, which is the Dark World version of the Zora's River.
And
in order to attain one of the first 3 superpower medals, or whatever the crap they're called.
Yeah,
the medallions.
The medallions, yes. Also, yes, much lyrical shenanigans.
Yep, so this is going to be the first and the most useless out of the 3 we'll get, the Quake Medallion. Really?
Well, actually, no, this is not the most used. This is...
Most
I used the Bomber's Medallion more than the other ones.
No, Ken, I said most useless.
Oh. True.
You don't use...
You just throw a random ass object into this circle of rocks and you'll get yourself the first medallion of the game.
This is required.
It's the Dark World equivalent of the King of Zoras.
You will need this later in the game. The only medallion you don't need is Bombos, but it's the most useful of the 3, so you want to grab it anyways.
Does anything in the game clue you into do that?
Besides coming back here and exploring and reading that sign, you wouldn't know. But you would need it later, so you'd be wanting to grab it as soon as you can.
Because the Ether Medallion and the Quake Medallion are required to get into 2 of the dungeons. The Bombos Medallion only really... It's like the Fire Rod, but it's a screen clearer, basically.
And that's why it's the most useful one, because while Ether and Quake can do that, Ether's limited and Quake's even more limited. So
Ether is essentially like the Ice Rod, but a screen clearer, and the Quake Medallion is like the Magic Powder, but a screen clearer. That's what the actual idea is behind it.
Let's just say it like this: the medallions are like Link's version of his Mystic Art / over limit moves.
In a way, you can say
Overdrive!
Now that you just scream out Overdrive, I'm picturing Link playing Blitzball.
I can picture, you know, what I can picture though is that whenever Link starts using the medallions, like a random picture of Link pops in and he goes, "Bombo's medallion!"
See, I was just thinking of Link being a Power Ranger.
But then when we learned about how Ganon got into the Dark World and how exactly this place works.
You know what, Wicker? I'm seeing that now too. Go, Quake Medallion.
You know, he's probably not even be the Green Ranger.
I should dash into
Teenage Mutant Quake Medallion.
What's funny is that in the comic books on the old Nintendo Power magazines, that thing we talked to is actually a giant tree.
Consistency
Power Rangers, great medallion.
We're still on that, yes.
I actually have collectible Nintendo Power magazines from '92 that actually has all the Zelda Link to the Past comics in it. I'm awesome, I know.
That's interesting.
And but you don't want to know what's better than that? I actually have Zelda Ocarina of Time action figures.
Okay. That's actually kind of cool.
Should I put a picture in here somewhere?
I got a Mario coin. Does that count? No?
No, get out of it. No,
I have original official strategy guide for Majora's Mask.
I got a Mario coin.
I played Tails Sky Patrol. Oh wait, that's kind of done.
How did I know you're gonna bring that up?
But anyway, we meet one of the most asshole characters in the entire game, Kiki. Who loves money more than anything.
It's like, Kiki, can I follow you 10 rupees? Oh, you look innocent. Okay. Hey, you want me to open this for 100 rupees? Screw off.
I played
We need him.
Welcome to Let's Escort Monkey and Perfect Run this game.
Sadly, we never... Well, actually, that's a good thing, but we don't see Kiki ever again after this.
Yeah, he's only for this one segment.
Well, actually, not entirely true. We beat the Four Swords Palace in the GBA version. We actually do see him in the quote-unquote ending credits, but yeah.
Yeah, but
That's right.
credits doesn't really count, mind
Well,
you,
because they're
if you-
alternate credits that cover the Dark World instead of the Light World like the normal credits. And now dungeons are starting to get super complex.
Yeah, this is easily one of the most popular dungeons from Link to the Past. I often see this in top 10 lists for favorite Zelda dungeons. I really like how this dungeon's structured out, but once you really know your way through here, it's a breeze.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty simple.
I finish it in the remainder of this video.
And the
so.
key is in the bottom left. Or switches, so I was close enough. Yes, I don't know this game entirely, so I'm not that truly of a nerd, but close enough.
Yes, this dungeon, this is where the game starts to pick up. Like, this dungeon isn't too bad. You can find your way around pretty well, and provided on your first time through you actually look at the map, you should be okay. Past here, starts to get a bit messy.
Yeah,
The,
so
the,
this
the
is...
real tricky thing about this dungeon, honestly, is that you need to explore every nook and cranny.
Yeah.
I actually
In a
forget a
sense,
key
yeah.
later on, and I have to cut around to when I actually find it
Oh,
again.
yeah. Or,
Yeah,
like,
whenever that happens,
granted,
that's the worst.
first time I played through this, I got so horribly lost I actually relied on a walkthrough for help here and there on the dungeons. But when I did a playthrough afterwards, without the walkthrough, I actually found more than I did with it. Which I was
Makes sense.
very pleased about, because the walkthrough was actually avoiding some keys and hidden secrets, and I was just going, wow. So it's like a minimalist getting everything kind of walkthrough. That's a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh, mind you,
But-
these guys here we're fighting, these are actually easier than their light part counterparts.
Just
They're
do,
nice
what I'm,
enough.
just do what I'm doing here and you'll cheese them, because normally if that red one faces you, he'll spit a fireball at you, and it's hard to hit him with the arrow that way.
I really just find it just to shoot it and walk in the opposite direction, hit him, it's not that hard.
But from your descriptions, this is what I get is the...
The whole beak mask thing they've got going on, no, Igors are far more intimidating to me, I have to say.
Yeah, they really are, not just because of their look, but actually, these guys, they follow your pattern, so for the most part, it's pretty easy to put them in a predictable pattern and kill them easily without even getting touched.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more
But from
scared
your-
of the Mimic group in that big grassy area in Pokemon Ruby, to be quite frank.
I'm more scared of these guys, to be quite frank, because of their shockingness.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
really hate
jellyfish are
the
frustrating.
jellyfish.
They're really annoying, but
Luckily-
luckily use Ether or Bombos and take them out.
I use the hook shot to kill him.
Hookshot is
Hookshot's
very
another
good.
way, but you don't get the hookshot till next dungeon, so if you had Ether here, that would work.
Either.
Fill up your MP. No, seriously, that's like every time I hear the word ether, it's usually something to restore MP or something.
Really, you don't hear Ike first?
The first thing I think of is
Let
that
me-
stuff they use at the dentist to under, or used to.
What is it now?
Well, you know, ether, the gas that dentists used to use as a this put you under.
Mm-hmm.
That's ether.
Yep.
Huh.
That was the key that you avoided, wasn't it?
No, it was actually something else. I remember.
There was
this.
no key up there to my knowledge.
Was
It's
it?
the key on the right side.
Yeah, there is. That's probably the one you're missing here.
Oh,
Right down
I
here,
thought that on that lower section was where the key was that.
Oh, no, you get it.
Okay,
I said
that was the
one-
key I was
said the
talking
one on the
about.
right.
So.
I didn't say that one.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
not the key. We'll see which one it is. Although
I
there's
already
one
said it.
room, yeah, there's one room here that you can use a key with, but it's a completely optional room that pretty much just takes you back as a shortcut. So if
Good,
you're
I had
careful
to-
enough, then you can come out of this dungeon with a spare key, which, mind you, you won't be able to use after this.
Because
It
this
doesn't
isn't
use
Zelda
Zelda
1.
1 logic where you can use keys in any dungeon. Nope, a key specific to this dungeon started in this game.
Pretty much.
Well, actually starting in Zelda 2, but no one tries to remember that. Because not that many people completed that game.
I like Zelda 2.
A number of people like it.
It's hard without a guide your first time. That's the
Hey,
biggest
hey,
skill
on the
for it.
bright side, it's not as cryptic as Zelda 1 is.
Oh, true. Zelda 1's the worst, but I can
Zelda,
actually beat that
Zelda
one
2 I
first.
can at least beat without a guide.
I beat
if I'm
Zelda
actually
1 without a
trying.
guide. I built Zelda 1 without a guide, then I tried to play Zelda 2 and I felt very intimidated.
Really? Because the townspeople actually give hints that are somewhat more reasonable than the ones in Zelda 1.
If you care to talk to them.
I am Era.
Yeah, I tried to talk to every townsfolk in the town and it gave off okay hints for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, though I will say this though, finding the 7th magic container in that game took me forever.
Yeah, true.
It wasn't that bad.
I think the only thing in Zelda 1 that actually I needed to look up was any remaining heart containers I was missing at the end of the game that were, you know, hidden in patches of trees or walls here and there. Everything else I was able to get without a guide, so I was pleased with that.
I don't exactly imagine anybody finding those without a guide at all, really.
Yeah, especially that one in that long area with the forest on the side, and if you've still got the blue candle, well, good luck.
I played Zelda 1 rather recently on my NES, and I maybe
You want an
it's
NES?
froze up. Yeah.
No, wait. More important question is: do you own one that works?
Yeah.
What is this?
Wait a second. I don't want to.
I have a friend who has one that works.
What's wrong with you guys? Both of mine are dead. I got 2 and they're both not working.
I know how to fix them.
Well, please tell me. Because I played mine
We'll get
in
to that.
years.
We'll get to that.
Well,
We'll talk
mine
later.
never wore out. As far as my Super Nintendo, yeah, that wore out. But I eventually bought a replacement one that was
Wow,
like
I-
that was like $30. Or actually, I think it was 25. Yeah, I got it for a good deal.
Yeah, the Super Nintendos nowadays, you can actually find them pretty dirt cheap. They're
So,
common,
so
thank
to be
goodness.
honest, I kind of wish I got the Retron instead, so that way I could have played both NES and Super Nintendo
Well,
games.
that's what I was thinking of doing. If I can't repair the NES, I would just buy a Retron 3 so I can still use my original controllers, plus have a 3rd Super Nintendo, and then have a Sega Genesis.
I've myself one of those N64 portables in order.
Yeah, I've seen
Ooh.
plenty of those.
I've always wanted those portable Super Nintendos, actually.
Well, same here, and that's why I got myself a DS flash card. And that's why I got myself an Android phone now.
Well, that's the thing though, because the DS SNES emulator,
Terrible.
it struggles with a lot of ROMs. I think the one game that works best on it is probably Super Mario All Stars, and maybe A Link to the Past. Everything else struggles horrendously.
Yeah,
Have you
even
like,
that.
I tried playing Mega Man and Bass on that. That was
I
a
tried playing
nightmare.
Mega Man X on that. It's atrocious.
Oh, good golly, yes.
Wait, what emulator is this?
It's a Super Nintendo emulator for a
Snemule,
DS.
Snemule DS. SNMUDS.
How do you get that?
You need to have a DS flash card for it, so you need to be able to play your games from like an SD card.
So, would be for a 3DS, right?
No,
No,
DS
for a
flash
regular
3DS.
DS. Regular
No, I was
DS.
saying this because the 3DS have a SD card.
That's why I
slot,
said
so-
DS slash 3DS. You just kind of like have to really work your way around, so you kind of need an old DS to get to work anyways.
Anyway, coming back to the game, Magic Hammer.
I was about to say, do we want to discuss piracy for this long in this video?
Well, we can go back onto Limbo of the Lost if we're going to talk about piracy.
And here with the Magic Hammer, we can now drive in certain stakes and bouncing heads, as well as kill off the turtle. It's really annoying.
Yeah. Although, if you hit them with the hammer again on their belly, it's a one-hit KO at this point, but you don't want to do it because you're going to probably flip them over anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that works. Push it from the bottom to push it to the right. Okay.
I wasted a key there, I'm not gonna lie. I could have totally went a different way and not had to worry about that.
Yeah, that's the room I was talking about, where it's an optional room you can go to.
It is. I just like that chest just sitting there going, are you going to open me or not?
It's like, hey, you're missing this. I want to go back.
Yeah.
You'll learn the hard way.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Push that statue, mate. Push it, push it. Come on, push it.
Work that.
There you go. There you go.
Work that sucker to death. Come on now.
That's the first thing that comes to mind.
So let's get our bow and arrow out again, and own this red son of a gun.
Those things look like something, but I can't place it.
Phantom of the Opera.
No.
That's all I'm getting from
Put
the
an
mask.
annotation there, but that was a weird emulator glitch. That not the fault of Camtasia itself.
Yeah, emulator lag.
Is there a thing in Star Wars that looks like that?
Pardon?
Isn't there a thing in Star Wars that looks like those guys?
Might be.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's something from a movie. I don't.
I don't know. I think it,
That's
honestly,
weird.
I think it reminds me more. I think it reminds me more of Spy vs. Spy, to be honest.
I knew you were gonna speed that up because no,
No, that could be.
I don't
that could
care
be-
if it's one of my favorite games ever or not. That section's annoying to sit through.
you're like waiting. What's that? pretty much how you
Waiting to get a weapon in Mega Man
And
2
here's
on the
when I
Game
figured out
Boy?
I
Don't be
missed.
ridiculous.
Like key. Whoops. Magic mirror, go. Whoops, I predicted it.
Nicely done.
You censored the action! You use it because I wouldn't.
Probably. And back to the room again. You know, it's hard to really say anything about that. It's pretty self-explanatory at this point.
Yeah. Kill baddies, do puzzle.
Although I know you have more crazy ones coming up ahead, which I don't
Yeah.
even know where half of them came from.
Yeah, well,
Prince?
you know where one of them came from because we had such a long discussion about
Well,
it.
one of them, yes. I still kind of need to see it, which I was hoping to save for Master Quest, but now
Well,
I think
trust
it's
me,
up
when we get to the part it's in, you are going to piss yourself laughing. And it is
Oh, I
going
already
be-
need to go to the bathroom. Dumb Tish.
What?
Yeah. This one's nothing more than a gauntlet of these annoying turtle things.
It helps.
Destroy 'em while you can.
It's lighting.
It really does help if you light this room first.
I don't know why I didn't think of doing that, but whatever.
You're like,
I
what?
noticed-
What's that?
Memorization. If I have memorizations, it's screw lighting.
See,
Oh,
if
that's
only
fine.
Lick thought to do a low swipe.
They're far less. It's surprising that they're far less frustrating in Minish Cap when they have spikes.
Yeah, surprising, right?
I never quite got how that would make them considerably less frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a video game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Logic.
There we go.
Pretty much thrown out the window. Yeah, no, keep your hammer on because you have more turtles.
I like turtles.
I still
Yeah,
don't
let's
get
go.
why you would need the hammer
Turtle,
for this.
turtle.
And
Boss
so it is time.
Oh,
And here we fight one of my favorite bosses in the entire
I
game.
thought you were gonna fight him with bombs for a second, because you can fight this guy with your hammer or the bombs.
Well, I show it off. But I stick with the hammer for the most part.
Oh, it's because of the timing you need for the bombs. It's not really worth it.
You just 2 bombs in and you're going, yeah, this isn't going to work.
No, 2
because
bombs
Helmut
isn't
Sword
going
King.
Do this?
But yeah, Helmar King is one of my favorite bosses in the game.
It looks cool.
Helmut Sword King is pretty cool.
When you fight him in the Palace of the Four Swords, he really changes up. He
The thing about that tail
rejuvenates
is just so
his mask.
visually entertaining.
I don't get how he rejuvenates his mask in that palace. Just, that was really shocking at first.
That's a cool mask though.
I totally forgot that boss actually. I've only played the Four Swords Palace once, and that was like
Hello.
5 years ago.
I've only seen Jepsen play through it recently. That
Mm.
was it. Because I went back to watch that playthrough of his just because I didn't.
Don't even bother
Welcome
spin
to this
attacking
game
it.
again.
Just hit him repeatedly.
Yeah, just do that or spin attack. Don't use the hammer at this point because you don't need to.
No, that's what I was saying. Don't use the spin attack. It's faster just.
And
Well,
he's a
I-
Chinese firecracker.
You know what's weird though is that in the guide they want you to shoot it with an arrow.
I don't
They say
really?
it's like the only way of hitting it.
So do you guys think that boss relates to Lavos?
Yeah, might be, but I
Maybe.
no.
Meh.
Just from his face, you know?
Mode 7 graphics.
Crystal exposition.
Boy, because of you, I get to show off Mode 7.
What's hilarious is that every maiden starts off with that same line when they first start talking. So it's like these people have like no personality.
No, it's like they all rehearsed it before they got captured.
And then Zelda's like, stuff you all, I'm going to be different. I'm the
character. What are you
princess.
talking about?
You can stop that now.
Okay.
I didn't know we had a new guest commentator, Diane Cap.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the first time that Zelda's theme has been in a game?
I think so. Well,
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
it is. It is. It's
Yeah.
the first appearance of Zelda's theme.
I
Yeah.
just announced.
Next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, before you actually head off to level 2, we do a bunch of side questing now that most of the world is open to us. So see you guys then.